In this video, we will be going through a DIY step-by-step guide on how to install a solar setup in your home or office. First, we will need panels. This panel helps to trap the sun energy, which is converted to electrical energy to charge the battery. In this video, we will be using a 100-watt solar panel. Then, we will need a charge controller which helps regulate the charge from the solar panel. This helps to ensure that the battery is not overcharged. We will also need a battery, which comes in two categories, a gel or lithium battery. In this video, we will be using a lithium battery. To complete the setup, we will need an inverter which will allow us to utilize the charge from the battery to power our appliances at home or office. These gadgets will be connected using different cables, which will be explained as we continue. It is advisable to connect the battery to the charge controller before connecting the panel. That's what we will do. So, connect the battery terminals into these 2 points labeled bat positive and bat negative. Then slide in the cables appropriately. Make sure that the positive and negative cables are connected correctly. Pull the cables gently to make sure they don't slip out after screwing. Then place the negative cable loop into the negative battery point. Hand screw this setup for now. Do the same for the positive cable loop. After completing this setup, you should see the readings on the charge controller. To connect the solar panel to the charge controller, you need an extension cable with MC4 connectors on one end and the other is stripped. Make sure to keep in mind the positive and negative cables in order to connect to the charge controller. Keep the solar panel out of the sun for now and connect the solar cables with the extension cables. Remember to keep track of which of the cables is positive and which is negative. Insert the stripped ends of the cables into the charge controller like so. Give it a slight tug to ensure it does not come out. You can place the solar panel in the sun to test this setup. You will see that the battery has started to charge. Now, the last step is to connect our inverter to the battery. Before doing this step, make sure to disconnect both your panel and your battery from the charge controller. First, connect the cable to the inverter first, not the battery. Connect positive inverter point to the positive cable point and negative inverter point to the negative cable point. After this step, then you are ready to connect the inverter to the battery. Before doing this, it is recommended to connect a fuse to the positive inverter cable point. Connect the negative cable from the inverter to the battery and connect the positive point too. Test out the setup and you will see it can already power some of your home appliances. However, we are not done yet. Now we can reconnect the charge controller by connect both the positive charge controller cable and the positive inverter cable to our battery. Do same for the negative points of both the charge controller and the inverter. After this, you can now connect the solar panel back to the charge controller. Remember to connect negative to negative and positive to positive. Now, you can test your setup to see how everything works. You should see your battery charging from the charge controller. You can use some other small gadgets to check the sine wave from the battery. This is just a basic process. You can contact an installer if you cannot understand this process. Cheers!